So today we're going to be talking about my top 10 fragrances that contain my favorite note, which happens to be oud. So find out which top 10 make the list. Hey, what's going on guys? Hunter here and welcome back to my channel. And if you are new, what I do is I make fragrance related content. So if you love fragrances, go ahead and smash the subscribe button down below. But that is correct guys, I'm so excited to do this video because we're talking about my favorite note, which is oud, or also known as Agarwood, Aoud, and Wood. You probably have heard of this note before because lately it's become very popular, but I just love it because it's very mysterious. It's very exotic, it's kind of funky, or can be kind of funky. But yeah, I cannot wait to discuss my top 10 ouds out of my collection only. Now, there are also a ton of other ouds that I've smelled that I love, but I just so happen to not own them as of yet. So this list will obviously change in the future. But yeah, the top 10 is basically just what I've been enjoying as of today. So yeah, my taste can always change when it comes to like these list videos and whatnot. But let's go ahead and waste no more time and let's get into number 10 on this list. All right, so starting the list off of number 10 is actually a fantastic beginner oud, especially for this price. And if you've never smelled oud before, this is probably a fragrance that I would recommend you check out without a doubt, just to get into the note and see like the qualities of it and see if you actually like the note or not. But the first one here is actually a cheapie, and it's from the house of Banana Republic. It's Oud Mosaic number 17. Now this one, like I said, made the list because it is a fantastic oud entry-level fragrance. But with this one, you actually have a combination of plum and oud. And the oud in here is actually pretty funky. It's not like a clean oud. It's not really like a crowd-pleasing oud. I would not say that. It is a little bit daring. It is a little bit dark. It is a little bit mysterious. And slightly barnyardy oud. So it does have a little bit of funk, which I do like when it comes to my oud to be a little bit funky, be a little bit earthy, kind of like moldy, which it is, and that's how I think it should smell. But yeah, that's what you're gonna get with Oud Mosaic, is like a fantastic plum and oud combo, which is kind of unique, I must say, because most ouds, nowadays at least, always contain like rose and oud together. But this one is just unique and different, and Banana Republic knocked it out of the park with this offering. Yeah, definitely check out Oud Mosaic. You could pick these up at your local rack stores for like 20 bucks. And for that, man, this is a bargain. So coming in at number 9 is actually a very versatile oud that can be worn all year round, which is pretty not so common when it comes to this note, because oud is usually most good for like the fall and winter because it's dark, it's woody, it's earthy, it's moldy, those kind of aspects. But this one here, you can wear this in the spring and summer, which I just love. And the fragrance is from Joe Malone. It's Oud and Bergamo. Whoa. Now, when I actually first smelled this one, I loved it. It was just so addicting to me. Before I actually owned the bottle, I would almost like just kind of like fantasize about this fragrance, just the way it smelled. It was something addictive about it, but you do have that nice like citrusy bergamot, and then alongside the oud. Man, it's just so well blended together. Now, this is obviously from the Cologne Intense line from Joe Malone. Now, Joe Malones are known to not have like lasting power because they are mostly eau de colognes, but this one, I believe, I'm not sure because they actually don't say on their bottles that they're eau de colognes, but I know the regular line is. These might be eau de toilette or even eau de parfums, I'm not sure. But with these ones compared to the original line, they do last a lot longer, which is good. Especially if you're gonna rock this one for the cold and winter, like fall and winter, I mean. But yeah, Oud and Bergamot, I love this one. Like I said, I was fantasizing about the smell of this, and I finally got a bottle, and I was so happy when I did. But yeah, I don't really wear this one in the colder months because I do have other better oud offerings for that kind of weather, but I do enjoy wearing this one in the warmer months, which we're going into recently. So yeah, I'm gonna be wearing this one a lot more. But yeah, that's from the house of Joe Malone, is Oud and Bergamot at number 9. So coming in at number 7 might honestly be the most daring out of this whole top 10 list. And it did rank kind of higher because I do love the fragrance, but I just do not wear it that much because it is so daring. And there's not many scenarios that I can actually rock this one, unfortunately. But the fragrance is Bond number 9's Dubai's Black Sapphire. This is obviously from the Dubai collection, which retails very expensive. I think this fragrance actually costs $575 at retail price at like Saks and stuff. But yeah, when the first time I smelled this was actually at Saks Fifth Avenue. I was testing out all their new Dubai collections at the time. And Black Sapphire was just polarizing. That's the best word to describe this fragrance, is polarizing, guys, because this is extremely complex, but what you're gonna get from the scent profile, it's very, very waxy. I believe you have like honey in here, you have beeswax, which is actually like an animalic kind of note, because it does come from bees, obviously. You also have that oud. It comes across as very dirty, dusty, barnyardy. Yeah, and this stuff is strong. I remember one time I kind of pulled it out in like a spring kind of evening. Man, that was sort of a mistake because this was extremely cloying. Yeah, it's funky, guys. This is a funky fragrance from bond number 9. I haven't tried, or actually don't remember. They do have other ouds, like I think like New York Oud or something like that. I don't recall what that smells like, but I think this one here is their It Oud. And what's weird is people don't think there's oud in here, but because Fragrantica doesn't list oud, but bond number 9, when you go to the website and look up Black Sapphire, they list oud in their note breakdown. And you definitely pick it up. Yeah, funky, animalic, oudy fragrance. But I love it. I just wish I could wear this more, but I usually just wear it around the house and kind of look at it like a piece of art and kind of like showing people. It's kind of like a statement. If you want to like have someone at your house and like smelling your fragrance and stuff, pull this one out, they'll be shocked, guys. But yeah, that's Black Sapphire coming in at number 7. Or wait, yeah, 10, 9, no, number 8 is coming in Black Sapphire. Let's move on to number 7 now. Okay, so coming in at number 7, man, this is an oud fragrance I've owned for probably around, I think like 2 years now. It's one of my first oud fragrances in my collection. And yeah, I wore it a lot back in the day. Kind of become a little bit not so excited about it as of recently, but still, it's a phenomenal oud. And it's from Acqua Di Parma, and this is oud, and this happens to be the Eau de Parfum in the black bottle. I know people get confused with the Cologne Oud, which comes in the brown see-through bottle, which is an Eau de Cologne concentration. People think this is the same fragrance, just reformulated or just in a new bottle, which is not the case, guys. The difference between the Eau de Cologne and the brown bottle is it is an Eau de Cologne. It doesn't use natural oud. But with the EDP collection here, they use 100% natural oud, and it's an Eau de Parfum concentration, as you can see on the bottom there. So totally different fragrance. I think it has the same note breakdown, there's different concentration and higher ingredients with this. But what you get with Acqua Di Parma Oud, what I get at least, I get this nice like orange mandarin in here alongside a nice natural oud, guys, especially on skin. If you ever smell this one, you had to spray this one on skin because the oud just shines on skin, man. The oud in here is very dominant. This works perfect in the fall. It's kind of like, it's a little bit more like a brighter kind of fragrance. It's not like a complete dark fragrance because you do have that orange mandarin in here, which works perfect in like the spring, fall, and winter. Maybe not so much in the summer, but spring evenings, fall, and winter is fantastic for this fragrance. And yeah, just smelling it now takes me back to around like 2 years ago when I first got this bottle. And I just absolutely love this one. It's very unique as well, which I do like from Acqua Di Parma. It's a very, very unique take on oud. Like I said, it comes across very natural. It is a little bit dirty oud. It's not like a clean, kind of soapy oud, which I'm not honestly a huge fan of, those soapy ouds, but yeah. It's a little bit dirty, a little bit funky, not so daring though. You can wear this one to work, and you will probably get compliments because it does kind of brighten up with the mandarin in here. But that is Acqua Di Parma Oud coming at number 7. So coming in at number 6, I think is the most powerful fragrance in this list. Actually, I don't think it is the most potent, strong, just in your face fragrance in this list. It isn't oud, of course, but the fragrance is Montal's Intense Black Oud. Now, a lot of people don't think that they should have made an intense version of this because the original Eau de Parfum Black Oud was a beast in and of itself, but they brought it to an extreme. And man, this stuff is so strong, guys. This is so strong. It's not just only the most powerful out of this top 10 list. This is definitely one of the most powerful in my entire 200 bottle collection. But with Black Oud Intense, it is a rose / oud combo fragrance, but you do get a nice burst of patchouli in here. A very earthy patchouli. I love this stuff. I've actually gotten many compliments from Intense Black Oud, surprisingly. Like I said, it is daring, it is polarizing. Now, honestly, the Oud is not the dominant player in here. I mostly get like the rose, which is like, it's like a dirty rose. It's not like a clean kind of wispy kind of rose. No, it's not like a pink or nothing like that. It's like a red, dirty, kind of jammy rose in here. But alongside that earthy patchouli and a backbone of dirty Oud. Montal and Mancera do Oud incredible. There's also a Mancera in this list, just a heads up. So we do have a Montal and we have a Mancera that made the list. But yeah, this also kind of comes across waxy as well. I don't know if there's beeswax in here, kind of like Black Sapphire, but I do get a similar kind of vibe with this. Yeah, great fragrance. This just pushes through the cold months such as winter with ease, guys. Definitely check this one out. If you love rose and Oud combos and you love strong beast performing fragrances, you will not be disappointed. All right, so we're in the top 5 favorite Ouds in my collection. So coming at number 5, so at number 6 we had a Montal. Now we have the sister company Mancera coming at number 5, and it's actually Mancera's Oud exclusive. Now, just look at that juice color, guys. That pretty much explains how this fragrance is gonna come across. It's very, very dense, very potent stuff here, but with that Oud exclusive, now it is very spicy. I get a ton of spiciness in here, which I just love. It also comes across pretty boozy to me, which I'm not sure what's making it the booziness, because when you look at the list note breakdown, there's no like boozy like whiskey or rum or cognac, nothing like that in the notes. But I do get like a booziness in here, like a liquor in here. Yeah, this stuff is phenomenal. Now the Oud, as it dries down, the Oud definitely comes out. And this is actually very complex because, like I said, it comes across kind of like cherry-like, kind of boozy-like, spicy, oudy, woody. And man, this is a great launch from Mancera. And as of recently, guys, I've been on a Mancera kick. I just love Mancera's. I actually want to try out a bunch of their other ones. They have a ton of Oud fragrances. I heard like their like a Oud lemon mint isn't that good, which I don't see how it, like looking at the like no breakdown of like that fragrance, for instance, I don't see how that one would actually work out. It's kind of like a bunch of mixture of notes that don't really work well together, but they do have some other great offerings. But an Oud exclusive is coming at number 5. If you want like a boozy, kind of like cherry-like, spicy Oud fragrance, you might want to check out this one. So coming at number 4 has got to be one of the most well put together fragrances I've ever got my nose on, and it comes from one of the best niche houses in the game. And the fragrance is Fragrance du Bois New York Intense. Now with New York Intense, what you're gonna get in here, it is a little bit spicy, but you actually get the most natural smelling Oud I've ever actually got my nose on. Because Fragrance du Bois actually have a Oud farm, I believe, where they're located, where they source 100% natural Oud. And what's interesting with Fragrance du Bois, they actually source their Ouds to other niche companies, I think like Royal Parfums, I think like Zaharoff and stuff like that, which is awesome. So yeah, they have their own in-house pretty much Oud farm. And wow, man, they pretty much, their pretty much motto is I think pure luxury, pure Oud. So they do Oud probably one of the best in the game. If you're looking for a natural Oud smelling fragrance, you might want to check out New York Intense. Even though the Oud isn't pretty much like the dominant kind of note in this fragrance, they do have other, like Sahara I think is a fantastic Oud. They have like Oud Orange Intense, stuff like that. But this one does contain the same natural Oud they use in those fragrances. Maybe toned down a little bit, less of it in here, but you still get it. And this smells rich, this smells luxurious, guys. This will definitely turn heads. Now, as far as the performance with New York Intense, it's not necessarily the best performing fragrance, but it's about average or so. And it, like I said, people will notice you when you walk in a room with this on. Very masculine fragrance as well. And yeah, I just love New York Intense. So that's why it's coming in at number 4. Okay, so coming at number 3 is actually one of my newest fragrances in my entire collection. And it made the top 3 because when I got this in, guys, I was pretty much blown away by it. And the fragrance is Paris Monte Carlo, and it is Oud Imperial. Whoa. Now, this is definitely a Oud fragrance, 100%. There's no mistake in the oud in here. But how this comes across to me, it is very, very woody. I think you have like this black wood in here, which is like a very interesting wood, but you also have the Agarwood in here as well. Now, with the Agarwood, this comes across very dirty to me, very funky as well. How I described it in my review, which you can go check, I'll probably leave a link down below or whatever. But yeah, you can go find that video. But how I explain how this comes across to me, it actually smells like kind of like a basement, like a damp basement. But it reminds me of like a dry sauna. It's like kind of like a very dry fragrance. Yeah, it reminds me of a sauna, guys. If you've ever been in a sauna before, how like the dry woods in it, very like damp and moist and yeah, hot. That's how this fragrance comes across to me. But I love this one, man. This is so unique. I've never smelled anything like Oud Imperial. If you're looking for that sort of like oud fragrance, trust me, look no further than this one here. You will not be disappointed, and that's why I made the top 3 ouds in my list. So let's move over to number 2. So coming in at number 2 is a fragrance I consider to be a masterpiece, 10 out of 10. And it is beloved in my collection and will forever be in my collection, guys. And it was actually, I think actually my first niche fragrance I've ever purchased. And it is from Creed. It is of course Royal Oud. I absolutely love this, guys. Man, this takes me back to the days where I used to go to Saks Fifth Avenue like 4 years ago, before this fragrance journey even commended, and before I even started buying fragrances and whatnot. Way before this YouTube channel, I remember smelling Royal Oud, and it just blew me away. And it was like an entry to oud fragrances, and not just oud fragrance, but niche fragrances in general. And I was like, wow, I never knew a fragrance that smelled quite like this one. This is royalty to a T. This is probably one of the most expensive smelling fragrances in my collection. But with this one, it does open up with that Creed signature kind of citrus with the lemon. You do get a nice burst of lemon in here. But once the lemon kind of disappears, it does dry down to a very nice cedar wood and oud fragrance. You do get a lot of cedar wood. You do get some sandal, like a creamy sandalwood. But you do get oud. I know a lot of people say, oh, there's no oud in Royal Oud, but there is, guys. It's not necessarily like the most prominent note you're gonna pick up on, but if you actually spray this on skin and dive into it, especially as it dries down, you do get a nice like funky oud in here. Yeah, I love Royal Oud. This will forever be in my collection. Whenever I'm upset or feeling down and just wanna lift my spirits, I spray some of this on, and I'm instantly happy. This just puts me in a whole different mood. This is definitely a confident booster. If you want to boost your confidence, try this one out, man. I'm telling you. It's so masculine as well. It's a little bit dusty and woody fragrance. Yeah, that's why I had to come in at number 2. It would have made the number 1 spot, trust me, but I've had this bottle for around 2 years now. And yeah, love it. Love it, love it, love it. But that's why it's coming at number 2. Let's head over to number 1 now. So coming in at number 1. Now this is also kind of like a similar story to Creed's Royal Oud. It's one of the first oud fragrances I've ever smelled. And I finally got a bottle this year of it. And I first smelled it around 4 years ago. And man, this has got to be my favorite oud fragrance as of now in my collection. And it's coming from Tom Ford, and it's Oud Wood. With Oud Wood, man, so it is kind of like it's very crowd pleasing. It's not a daring oud fragrance by any means. It's very spicy, very woody, and you do have the oud in here as well. I love this stuff. But yeah, I remember the first time I smelled this alongside Royal Oud, I fell in love with both of them. Royal Oud was the one that kind of was like, wow, that smells luxurious. This one here, it was more like okay, yeah, this one has more of the oud in it than Royal Oud, especially for me. And the new batch, I think this is a 2021 batch. It has like a rubbery aspect to it. I think a lot of people have said that, but I still love it. It smells pretty much the same as I remember like probably around 4 years ago when I first got my nose on it. And man, this is a staple, and it's probably the top seller for Tom Ford for a reason. Like I said, it's crowd pleasing. It's not daring by any means. You can wear this one to work. You can wear this one pretty much all season as well. just because it's not that dark. It's not really like pungent. It's not really barnyardy, but you do get a little bit of dirtiness from the oud in here. Yeah, amazing launch from Tom Ford. And yeah, that's why this one was one of the first launches from the house back in 2007 when it had the gold label. Then they switched to the gray label for all their ouds. And I do own most of their ouds. I own Oud Fleur, which has been discontinued. I own Oud Mineral, which was discontinued, but was launched in the cheaper line, but still in the private blend bottles. And I do not own Tobacco Oud, which I wish I did. I've been looking for a bottle of Tobacco Oud. So if anyone knows some kind of way to get a bottle of that at a fairly decent price, definitely let me know, because I need to finish the Oud line from Tom Ford. But number one is Oud Wood for good reasons, man. I love this one. I'm gonna be wearing this one so much more in the future. But that's gonna wrap up my top 10 Oud fragrances in my entire collection. I hope you guys did enjoy it. Let me know down below your most favorite Ouds in your collection. Doesn't necessarily have to be your top 10, but just a few, name a few. And name a few recommendations you would highly recommend I try when it comes to Oud fragrances that I haven't made this list or that I do not own. But leave a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe down below if you haven't already, and I'll catch all you guys in the next fragrance upload. Take care, everybody.